Hey y'all, it's Indigo here, back with another round of Grand Arena Championships, the 3v3. This is actually round 3 of the second week. My second fight of the week was up against my guildmate Draz, and it was a good match. He did end up beating me, but the middle of the file was corrupted. Like, I couldn't get it to open and edit it and all that, so I wasn't able to make a video out of it. And I was missing like a big chunk of the battles, not just one fight here or there. So there was like no point to it. So that was unfortunate. I didn't get to show you guys that one, but I do have round 3 here, so I can show you that. I'm against another guildmate, Biggity here, and I set the same defense that I did for Draz. I just did carry over this week, because it was a busy week with vacation and the kids on spring break and whatnot. So let's show you guys how that one went. Taking a look at the board here, you can see that he's gone a little bit, cleared off some of my squads. This is his top zone. He's got Grievous. He's got his whole CLS trio there, Geos, and then a BAM trio there. So, okay, that's what he's got up top. Down south, he's got one GL showing. So he's got Ray. He's got EP with Bastila and Malik, and then he's got Padme. So that's what he's got out front. I know what I'm going to use against his Ray squad, and that's my own Ray with Bastila and Hermit Yoda. That seems to be working well. You can get 54 banners with it. It just takes some practice, I guess. You got to do things a certain way, and if you watch this, you can see I still don't quite know exactly what I'm doing. I buff up Bastila. You're supposed to be getting ability blocks on Ray so that she can't whirlwind. But like right there, you see I just eat a whirlwind. You got to get enough lifebloods, though, to where that whirlwind doesn't kill your Bastila. If she dies, you're going to be in a whole lot of trouble. So I was thinking right here, should I lifeblood or should I throw a whirlwind of my own to try to take one of his guys out? I keep doing the lifebloods because it's kind of better be safe than sorry. I'd really rather not lose my Bastila, so I got to be careful with that. Heal everybody up. They go into ultimate. Check this out. So he goes into ultimate. Now I go into ultimate. Now it's my turn again. So I'm thinking, great. You know, I should be good, and then I'll do some damage. When I come out of ultimate, my Bastila goes, my Hermit goes. I'm just trying to decide what moves I should do here and there. And then look at that. I come out of ultimate first. So I don't know how that worked. He went into ultimate and he stays in it longer than me. But that's the way it crumbles. So nothing I can do. Tank out the ultimate. Luckily everybody survived. So right here I took the buff block off of what's her name, L3. Tried to get a whirlwind in and kill his Finn, but it didn't work out. Finn still lived, so that sucks. I want to try and get out the side characters whenever I can. Did another whirlwind there, and thankfully I was able to get him out. So now I've at least got the numbers advantage on my side and keep throwing lifebloods to recharge all that protection that Basti's got. Because again, I don't want her to get whirlwinded and die. So as many lifebloods as I can throw down and put on her and stack that bonus protection, you know, so much the better. So he goes into ultimate. I was deciding about should I ultimate, and no, this time I did the lifeblood, and I figured maybe I'll get back around to where I can then go into ultimate. Nope, that didn't work. Tanked out another ultimate of his, like damned if you do and damned if you don't, you know. Go into ultimate when he does, or I could try to wait and come back around, and neither one worked. So I don't know how all that mess works, but come out of my ultimate, she does her thing. Thankfully I've stacked up enough protection, got a whirlwind out, but all it does is put L3 into damage immunity. Thankfully I'm getting his Ray down. You know, she's in the yellow right now, so I feel like I'm making some progress. Trying to keep them ability blocks on her because, I don't know, reasons, I guess. I don't want her to whirlwind, but there she goes again. And so now it's just like, press buttons. I'm done with the strategy part. I know Zareth has it all clean about, this time you do the basics so you can get the ability blocks, and this time you do the lifeblood. I don't know any of that. So it's just like, kill when I can kill. That's my whole motto right now. She's in ultimate again, so not a whole lot I can do. I'll go into mine so I don't have to tank out another one, thankfully. And finally it worked out. Like, I'm in it, she comes out, now I can do mine, and did some damage. Took them both out at the same time and got the 54. Like, all that misplays and everything, and it still worked out. So that was kind of nice. He's got EP, Darkside Bastila, and Malik here. I didn't know what to use against this squad, honestly, but I did have my JML, so I went ahead and dropped him here. Throw him with Grandmaster Yoda and then Jolie. Probably don't really need Jolie, but Grandmaster Yoda here is kind of important, I'd say, just because he can put the tenacity up and the foresight, and you want the attacks to miss, and you also want to have tenacity up so that you can resist the shock and all the debuffs that Bastila would put down. And you saw that I resisted them all, resist the stuns, all that good stuff, as long as I can get Yoda to go first and put that tenacity up. So that was the whole thing. Take out Basti first, get rid of her. Now I can drop EP, and then once he's gone, it's just Malik. And so there's not really a set way, I think, that I can do, damage. He's still going to drain, but as long as he drains JML, I'm fine. So I just got to keep him focused there and keep JML taunting, make sure he's got protection, because those drain lives really don't do anything to hurt him. And then with Grandmaster Yoda, I just keep calling JML to do some heavy damage, and I don't have to worry about him getting feared either, so that's kind of nice. Try and call him whenever I can. Everybody should be full health, almost full protection. Got 53 there. Here's an interesting counter, I thought. So going after Padme, you know how you can do a regular Jedi Knight Revan and people use Grandmaster Yoda, but you got to do basics because you don't want all the assist attacks and calling each other to assist because it procs the protection up. So that happens here, except Ki-Adi-Mundi, he can hit hard enough to hit through it, and he's got the armor shred, and he's got the double tap attack, so I was able to take out his Anakin pretty quickly. Get rid of him, and then it's just a matter of trying to time my hits to where I can get a good hit on Padme, whenever the opportunity presents. So even though I'm activating all that bonus protection on her, it really doesn't matter. Once Cam goes, he just hits pretty hard. And the fact that he hits twice, really helps out a lot to do some heavy damage. So I can throw my direct focus right now on Padme. Doesn't matter that she gets the protection because now she's marked. So look at that. Dispel the debuffs on her. Send turn meter back over to Cam and let him do his thing. And look, I've got armor shred up. So there we go. You drop that on and she goes down pretty quick. So she was in the red. I couldn't quite finish her off. But Ezra's there. He actually works really good because he's also got that double tap attack. He's got a dispel and he's got the call to assist. So all good things. These guys hit pretty hard. So I'm pretty happy with that. Ezra's only Relic 5 at the moment. But I can definitely see Relic 7 or 8. He'd be a pretty solid attacker. And now I just got to clean up his GK. And there's no Padme there, so it doesn't matter if I call assist. Call Cam, and they just take turns tagging him to death. So that was pretty nice. I like that. That'll get me through to his back zone. I can see what he's got hiding back there. And look at there. He's got a Mon Mothma. He's got Shakti clones, which that's pretty wicked in threes. He's got a Darth Revan team and a Newt team. First, I'm going to take out the Mon Mothma team. It's got Pow and it's got Kara. That's pretty easy. Since Pow's pretty squishy, we'll just go after him first using good old Imp Troopers. Since I know they're going to go first, outspeed him. They get the turn meter from killing Pow. Then they kill Kara. 54 banners. Nice and easy there. Next up is his Shakti. And he's got Rex and 5s with her. So that makes him pretty tough. you know, because obviously if you kill Rex first, it's going to make super clones. So I got to watch out for there. But Shock T keeps freaking healing, and they get so many turns. I thought for sure with CLS, Han, and Chewie, they've got enough damage to break it down and get Rex out of the way. So I killed Rex once to proc the sacrifice on 5s. Figured that'd be quicker than trying to go after 5s first. So I did that, okay? And then it's Shock T and Rex, and he's pretty healthy and a lot of protection now since he's super, basically. I'm doing as much damage as I can. He keeps getting healed, and he goes through his turns so freaking fast. Look at that. I red barred him, but he was able to come right back, and he got off his big hit and took out my CLS. So at this point, I'm like, really? Am I going to lose to this team? That freaking sucks. I was able to take out Rex and kill him. Once he's gone, Han and Chewie still have enough punch that they can take out Shock T, even though she does heal up and all kinds of good things. But I thought for sure CLS would smoke this team, but now I know differently. So only 49 banners there was not great. Next up is his Darth Revan. He's got Darth Revan with Marauder and then Sith Empire Trooper just as a pre-taunt and a tank there. So I went ahead and just used Padme here. I figured, let me go ahead and give it a shot and try it. I don't think I'm going to use her anywhere else. So we'll just see how it works. Since there's no Malik here to worry about, you know, I figured go ahead and try it and see what happens. At this point, might as well. Because meanwhile, while all this is going on, Biggity's over there and he's like, every now and then he'll kill one of my squads, and each time I check, oh, 54 banners or 53 banners. Like, dude is just drilling my defenses here. And so with the scores I've already got, like a 49, I'm not doing too great. So surprisingly, this Padme squad doesn't really let me down. It is doing his job. Took out Darth Revan, took out Sith Empire Trooper. Now it's just Marauder to deal with. The only bad thing is you can't get full protection back on these guys because they can get the protection up, but it doesn't count toward your banners. So I was able to clear that off, but let me go ahead and go up top now, start making some headway on these before I figure out what's the last squads I want to use down below. Probably the toughest squad left that I can figure is his CLS, since he has CLS, Han, and Chewie. So for that one, I went ahead to use my C, just because C's obviously going to be able to take quite a punch and still be ticking, and I don't have to take any supporting cast that would get instantly stunned and killed and all that mess. Because C can't be stunned, so when Han shoots first, it's not really going to affect him, and they can't do enough damage to take him out. He's just pretty tanky, and he can regain his protection, so we're good there. I started off by linking Chewie and CLS, because I figured they would pump up his ultimate meter pretty fast. Not sure if I should have linked Han, or, you know, how that goes or whatever. Doesn't really matter, I don't think. I think it could have gone either way. Well, look at that. Pop my ultimate, leave Han in the red, and the other two dead. So it worked out, and I got 55 banners there. Alright, you guys have seen this one before. It's Bosk with Grief and Mando against his BAM team with Queel and IG-11. And like I said, as long as you've got good bounty hunters, this team's no sweat. Seems to work pretty well. I just throw Bosk lead in there, and it really doesn't matter what they do. You're tanky enough that you can survive everything, even when he goes and does the whistling birds. And the whole thing you're trying to do, see right there was the whistling birds. The whole thing you're trying to do is pop your contract. Once you get the contract off, then you can disintegrate, and that's how you start making progress on the team. Even if you end up having to disintegrate all three of them, usually I can get away with killing at least one on my own and disintegrate the other two, but it really depends. So the contract went off. You can see that. I got my payout. Now I just got to cycle around to Mando, and once he gets his turn, he'll take out the enemy Mando. So that's what we're waiting on. keep going, keep dispelling debuffs, healing. I've got mass assists, and they help with the stuns, you know, to keep things under control. We'll go ahead and disintegrate his BAM, and we just have Queel and IG to work on. Like I said, it's the same thing I've used before, works pretty well and pretty straightforward. You just got to keep going until you get back around to that other disintegrate. That's why I said usually I end up disintegrating at least 2 of the characters, and then I can kill one just on my own. You try to kill them beforehand, but it doesn't work out because I just don't have enough damage. And then by then, IG-11's usually taunting and steals the focus away, so it's a whole mess. I keep trying to go after Queel here because he's the squishiest. Obviously, if I can get him out, that's a big plus. We'll go ahead and stun IG-11. I've got one more turn on my cooldown for Mando's Disintegrate. So we'll keep working on Queel when we can, but it doesn't look like he's going to die first. So just keep cycling back around. There's Disintegrate. And now I was thinking, do I disintegrate Queel? Nah, I'll disintegrate IG and just go hard after Queel. Once IG's gone, he goes down pretty easy. So there we go. Only managed a 53 that time, but good enough, I guess. This one let me down, man. I was listening to Dylar, and he likes using Mon Mothma with Cassian and K2. And granted, I still don't know exactly what all I'm doing here and what moves I should do and everything. But I do have Cassian and K2 at Relic 5. Their mods just suck, but they are Relic 5. So I got to work on that maybe. But they're supposed to take down Grievous pretty easy. I think maybe I missed a step. I was supposed to take out or put Daze on the B2 so he wouldn't keep going and put in the buff block on him. I was able to take out B1, and now I'm going after B2. I've got everybody alive. I'm reading Cassian's abilities there to decide which one's best and what I should do. It's like I don't have enough healing. Like, they keep going after K2, okay. He's in the yellow. He's just not gaining it back fast enough. I want him to be able to heal up and be tanky. So maybe I do need to address his mods, give him all defense sets or something, so that he can kind of tank out these hits. Because he's still alive. But right there, Grievous goes, does his AoE, kills K2, and then he goes straight after Cassian. So, good night. Didn't get to bring anybody back. That one sucked. And then, let's see, he's got Geos. So we'll roll the dice and just throw Treya in there with Scion. You know, sometimes they can die if they decide to focus on Treya and Spy gets around to his big hit. He'll one-shot her and take her out. Or if he one-shots Scion and takes him out, it can be bad news too. But if you can, hopefully it'll go like this, where it gets to be Scion's turn, he can do his Held by Hatred, and then that way if they focus on him, he's not going anywhere. Trying to take out GBA now, got him down to the red, but you know how quickly they heal back up. The good thing is we want him to stay on Scion. As long as they do that, I don't have to worry about Treya dying and losing the isolate, because then you're kind of screwed. So then you just take them out one by one. Don't have to worry. There we go. Scion's AoE did the trick. And look at that, 53 banners. So not bad at all. Alright, before I clean up that lone Grievous, I'm going to go down here and take on his Newt team. So we'll go ahead and just use kind of the best of what I got left. And it's Vader, Thrawn, and Watt. They should be strong enough to take these guys out in one go. Give the weapons tech to Vader. Give the tank tech to Thrawn. Now it's his turn. I was like, do I fracture Newt or should I fracture Magna? And that way I don't have to worry about him taunting. Or do I just give a turn to Darth Vader here and let him do his thing? So I'm not 100% sure what I should do. But I opted to go ahead and throw the turn over to Darth Vader. Now he can go into Merciless. Once he's in Merciless, I'm going to drop the dots and try to get Dooku out straight away. So that's what we're going to do. Drop dots on Magna. that way it puts some on Dooku. Then I can cold Dooku and get him out, and that still lets me be able to basic Newt and get an ability block on him. And then I killed him with Darth Vader, and since he has the weapons tech, he doesn't get that free revive. So that was pretty good. Watch this, though. This is something that I noticed while I was playing, and it kind of sucks. Right here, I was like, I can Culling Blade him and take him out. Culling Blade, parting, fuck you. He just dings me for a banner, and I end up with 53 instead of 54 because he gets that last hit in before he dies. So the bottom's clear. I just got that lone Grievous to take out and deciding, you know, what's going to work against this. So I put in JTR, BB-8 and R2. You know, she removes the turn meter, so that's going to help kind of manage his turn meter. He shrugs off all the debuffs, so those don't really help too much. But as long as I can get crits and land those exposes and generate turn meter that way, I should be able to keep up enough to where it doesn't matter if he goes, you know, I'll still be able to outspeed him turn meter wise. So he hits JTR, doesn't do anything. I've got him in the red, remove some more turn meter. I just keep doing basics with BB-8 because I want him to land those exposes. So cleaned him up, you know, best I could do. And we go check out what ships he left for me. And there we go. Look at that. God dang you, biggity. A negotiator with the Rex, Anakin, and Y-Wing starting lineup. And then a Thrawn fleet, you know, Empire with the Gauntlet and all that. And he's got really good ships. So that's going to be a pain in the ass to take out. So I took a break while I was figuring out what I was going to use for ships and all that. And to see if he would go and mess up and leave me any kind of wiggle room at all. But while I was gone, and then I come back, and this is what ended up happening. He just went through and decimated my defenses. So he one-shot everything, and it didn't matter what I scored on ships. I wouldn't have been able to score high enough to beat him. So I just went through and messed around, did some stuff. I ended up one-shotting his fleets, but they weren't great banners, if I recall. Wouldn't have mattered, though. You see that he definitely outscored me, and without him dropping any battles, there's really nothing I could do. So hats off to him, and that caps off a losing week for me. So hopefully things go better next. Thanks for watching my video, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, share your comments down below, and hopefully you'll check out my other videos on my channel. Peace.